Hi everyone, welcome back to our weekly treasure hunt series here at Treasure Quest Mining in Apex. We are going to walk around the shop, pick a few items, tag them with a blue dot, and then that item will be 20% off for the week. If you're local to Apex, just come on by and pick it up off the shelf. If you're not local, that's not a problem. Give us a call or send us an email and we can ship the item to you. All right, let's get started. All right, let's pick treasures 1 through 10. I always like to start at the front of the store. That way folks that are visiting can walk their way around the shop and almost find the treasures in order. So let's start by picking treasure number 1 from up here. And this blue sodalite is catching my eye. So let's pick a piece of sodalite. I like this piece of sodalite. I like this big white patch there. And it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. So this is a good piece. So these pieces of sodalite are mined in Brazil and they're slabbed. So they're pretty thin and lightweight. And then they coat them in an epoxy finish, which makes it appear wet and gives it this beautiful dark depth of color. So this is a great display piece for your house. So a piece of sodalite slab from Brazil will be treasure number 1. It's $50 and it'll be 20% off this week. There we go. I put that blue dot right in the center of that white patch so it's easy to find. So there's treasure number 1. And now let's find treasure number 2. Well, let's stay really close. Let's pick a piece of sphalerite. This material is very interesting and has lots of druzy pockets. Very decorative piece. Let's pick this piece. There we go. This will be treasure number 2. This piece of sphalerite, it was slabbed and polished on both sides. And it's very sparkly. So this $38 piece of sphalerite will be treasure number 2 for this week. All right, we're gonna stick close by and we're gonna pick something right in the same area. We've got a lot of purple here. Let's pick a piece of charoite. These pieces of charoite are part of our summer collection. And they're really pretty, so let's pick one. I like this piece. It moves, has some movement in the light, so this is a good piece to pick. This piece of charoite is $26, and it'll be treasure number 3 in this week's treasure hunt. Charoite. Okay, there we go, treasure number 3. And we are definitely going to stay on this wall. This wall is a new remodeled design in our store. And we have some really beautiful pieces on here. So we're just going to hang out and check everything out on this wall. Yeah, let's pick a piece of optical calcite. Optical calcite is very, very beautiful material. It has a lot of refractions, so you'll see a lot of rainbows inside of them. Let's pick this piece. This piece of optical calcite is $42. You can see the rainbow in there. There's also some mineral inclusions inside. It may not be easy to see on the camera, but that patch right there, you can see the minerals inside. It's a pretty neat piece of optical calcite. It's perfect. This will be treasure number 4 in this week's treasure hunt. All right, those of you that know me know that labradorite is among my favorites, so we are definitely going to pick a piece of labradorite this week. These pieces of labradorite are really, really high grade and have an incredible amount of color. And I know folks love the purple pieces, and that piece right there has quite a bit of purple in it. So let's pick that piece. This is a great piece of purple labradorite. This piece has been polished on all of its sides. Check that out, that's awesome. So this piece of labradorite will be treasure number 5. It's $58. Yeah, perfect. Treasure number 5, purple labradorite. All right, we're gonna make our way to the second showroom and pick treasures 6 through 10. I think we'll definitely pick a piece from this UV display. And those pieces of sodalite are screaming at us. Those are very, very cool pieces. We do have a new selection of UV reactive material here, so including some ammonites from Indonesia, quartz with petroleum in them, those are super cool, hyalite opal, fluorite, of course mangano-calcite, and ruby zoisite and ruby fuchsite, and then uberlite. So uberlite is a trademark name for sodalite that was found in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And so let's pick a uberlite or sodalite skull. And that one is very vibrant. So let's pick this piece. This uberlite or sodalite skull, I can't read the number here in the camera, is $56. And that's a great, really, really great piece. Look how vibrant he is. Yep, perfect. Number 6. This will be treasure number 6 in this week's treasure hunt. I think you can see that dot pretty well in these UV lights. So there we go, treasure number 6. And let's pick treasure number 7. We are not going to stray far from treasure number 6. Let's just pick treasure number 7 from right here. I have a love affair with these sea turtle carvings, and I think that's a great piece to feature for this week. So let's feature this double pair of sea turtles carved out of wood as treasure number 7. These guys are really, really great. And the sea turtle pair is $78, and they're kind of swimming along on top of that log. Yeah, perfect. Treasure number 7 for this week's treasure hunt is this sea turtle pair. Okay, now let's find treasure number 8. Oh, we have to pick forest epidote. Forest epidote is really amazing material. So these pieces of epidote also include double terminated quartz. So that means quartz with points on both ends. And this material is found in Turkey. And the camera really doesn't do it justice. It is incredibly deep green and insanely sparkly. So it's going to be hard to pick one of these guys. So let's try to focus Angeline, and pick the next treasure. Okay, so I stood here for way too long off camera trying to pick a piece. It's very difficult. So we're just going to pick this piece. Too many beautiful pieces to choose from. So this piece is $34. Oh, let's let the camera focus there. And it's amazing. This piece of forest epidote will be piece number 8 in our treasure hunt for this week. And again, we are not going to stray too far on this shelf. I think we should pick a piece of fluorite. We have a lot of fluorite pieces this week, including this beautiful little necklace. And this is part of our summer collection. And these cut base pieces are awesome. So let's pick a piece of cut base fluorite. So a lot of this material has yellow, green, purple, almost a blue color. I think we should pick one of the yellow pieces, and I really like this one on the back. So let's move her to the front. Yep, that's a great piece. So this piece has some pretty awesome geometry in there. Let's let the camera focus. This piece is from China, and it's $26. It's polished on one side and raw on the other. There we go. Perfect. Treasure number 9, $26 piece of fluorite. Okay, treasure number 9 is right front and center. I tell you, this week's treasure hunt is easy breezy to find. They are all right in a row. And sticking to that theme, we are going to hang out right here. I'm torn between choosing afcanite or orbicular jasper, and I think we'll choose a piece of orbicular jasper. So this material is from India. It's very similar in structure to what's trademarked as ocean jasper from Madagascar. But this material is from India, and I think this egg piece right in the front is pretty cool. So let's pick that one. There we go. I had to let the camera focus, and this piece, it's got some great colors and textures, patterns. It's $22. Has a clear patch too of some agate there. So this piece of orbicular jasper from India will be treasure number 10 in this week's treasure hunt. All right, now let's retrace our steps and find all 10 treasures. That's a wrap, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for this week's treasure hunt. We'll see you next week.